Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. It's time for the end of the year awards. And here are your class winners. Roll the music. Happy last day of school, everybody, and I just want to shout out a big congratulations to all of you. Whether you were listed in the awards or not, all of you have done a great job. And you might ask me, why, Mr. Nyson, are you wearing sunglasses? Why are you wearing shades today? And the answer is, because I know how bright all of you have become, and I'm just protecting my eyes. And so, but I still know that some of you are still bitter. And you're bitter because you say, I always get in trouble for stuff I didn't do. And it's like, you know what? That's right. You do get in trouble for stuff you didn't do. You didn't do attendance. You get in trouble. You didn't do your homework. You get in trouble. So make sure you get your attendance taken for both days this week. And we do have one more assignment that you have to do today and get it in the night. And if you have any missing assignments or any late assignments, get those in. And then today, get any textbooks, library books, or things turned in at the school from 10 to 1 today. And so pause the video if you have to right now to get the attendance taken. And we'll be back for your last day of e-learning. We have in store for our last day of pre-algebra, and then here comes big old Algebra 1. And so next year. But if your name was on one of those certificates and things, we can get you those certificates. We can either get them to you next fall or you can email. There are some things that come with actual medals and things, and so we have those to distribute. And so we'll get in contact with you if that's you, or you can let me know and email me. But for our last day of pre-algebra, we are going to talk about, we've been doing permutations, combinations, and counting principle and ways of counting. There's one last thing we just want to introduce today before the end of the year, and it is Venn diagrams. And so it is a worksheet, and so notes in a handout, and there's only just a couple problems that you want to get those done, and then make sure you go back, and if you have things on Khan Academy, you need to get all of them finished. Just go through the whole list, even the past ones, and make sure they're all done, and then email me and let me know, Mr. Nyson, I did fix some of those, can you go check? And that helps me. I will go through them all, but the reminder is always very helpful, so we appreciate that. And so send all your assignments, get those in, and if you have textbooks, you need to get those to school today. I'm checking them off. I got my list, and so wherever my lists are, and yeah, right here, lists of books, and crossing your name off. We want your textbook. Don't be waiting around to the next year. And so otherwise we'll be calling you up or emailing you and saying, bring me the textbook. So bring it today, 10 to 1 would be wonderful, and we can get all that stuff crossed off and turned in. We won't have to bug you, okay? And so for this last day of e-learning, we want to talk about Venn diagrams. And so a Venn diagram, some of you might have done them in the past, is just a way of organizing things. And so this is notes number 131. Sounds like a road. But notes 131, so write that. 131. Okay. So we got notes 131. And a Venn diagram, named after John Venn, is just a way of organizing things. And so I'll take these off so I can actually see better. But you're still bright. And when we look at this, it takes a problem like this. It says at Northridge High School, there's 12 players on the basketball team. All the players are taking at least one foreign language class. The school offers Spanish and Chinese. 8 of the players are taking Spanish. 5 of the players are taking both languages. How many players are taking Chinese? And so because a Venn diagram helps when some things get double counted. Okay, I'm taking Spanish. I'm taking Chinese. But I might not be 2 different people because I might be taking both and I'm only one person. And so how do we get that counted is what we want to know. And so what you do is on a Venn diagram, you would label. Like in this circle right here are all the people. I should make my circle bigger. Here are all the people who are taking like Spanish. And we'll call that S. And then over here, we'll say, here are all the people taking Chinese. But since some of the people can be taking both, they are in that section that's the overlap. So this first part is we're just going to identify what sections are what. So if I say, where are the people who are taking Spanish, Ryan? Would that be the left circle or the right circle? Yeah, it'd be the left circle. So these are the people that are taking Spanish. And there are 2 sections. You would put a number in each section. The 2 of them would add up to the Spanish. If I said, Baylor, who's taking Chinese? Yeah, it'd be right there. Where are the people that are taking Spanish, but they're not taking Chinese? Scott? Yeah, it'd be this little section right here. They're taking Spanish, but they're not taking Chinese. So if that's a moon phase, is that a waning crescent or a waxing crescent or a Gibbons or something? You know, you need to teach me. What if we said they're taking both Spanish and Chinese? What would that be, Caden? Yeah, that would just be this little middle section right there. If I say they're not taking Chinese, well, that means they're taking Spanish. Well, that's true if everyone's taking a foreign language, but actually outside these 2 circles, you would put a number of the people who are not taking anything. And so you'd actually have a number out here. So a number goes in each of the circles. I guess I double overlap those. And we have that. If we were in class, we could have each of you come to the board and take the pen. Or take your hand. Remember the old finger glove? And I don't know. I might still have it somewhere. Oh yeah, I do. And so take the old finger glove and go woo, and draw on the smartboard without getting finger burn. What if you're taking no foreign languages? What would that be, Josiah? Yeah, that'd be just outside the circles. And so there's actually 4 numbers we would use. We would put a number outside the circles and 1 in each part, and then they have to add up. And so we just use this to organize information. And so if we read, it says there's 12 players on the basketball team. All the players are taking at least 1 foreign language. So the number outside the circles is 0. So I'm looking for 3 numbers that add up to 12. Well, many times it's better to start in the middle. 5 of the players are taking both. So we put a 5 in the middle. Then when it says 8 of the players are taking Spanish, that means these 2 numbers add up to 8. So if this is a 5, Gloria, what's left to go in that section right there? Yeah, it'd be a 3. It'd be 8 minus 5 is 3. And so 3 players are taking Spanish that aren't taking Chinese. 5 are taking both. And if together there are 12 players on the basketball team, 5 plus 3 is 8. So what would go right here, John? Yeah, that would be a 4. And then you can double check. Okay, 8 players are taking Spanish, 5 are taking both. They're all taking at least one. That leaves 4. So how many players are taking Chinese? 4. And that's all you got to do. And label your Venn diagram. Okay? Now let's go over to here. And so you've seen our cats over these past few weeks. And there's things called short-haired. A problem that has double things. You might think I should let one circle be short hair and long hair. No, you should not. Or let one circle be adults and kittens. You shouldn't. Because just let one circle be adults, and if you're in the circle, you're adults, and if you're not in your circle, you're kittens, and you don't have to label kittens. I could let one circle be long hair, and then if you're not in that circle, you're short hair. So you don't have to do like long hair, short hair. You only do one of them. And so there's 27 cats at the pound. Oh, so sad. But I think a lot of them have gotten adopted because everybody's home. Everybody wants a pet. And some of you are like, see, Mom, Dad, Mr. Nyson said everybody wants a pet. That means I want one too. So don't tell them I said that. And so 27 cats at the pound. 14 are short-haired, 11 are kittens, and then 5 of them are long-haired adults. Well, when you see this double word, long-haired adults, that kind of tells you that that's going to be this section right here, and that kind of tells you how to label the circles. I want long hair is going to be that circle, and an adult is going to be that circle, and then 5 of them are a long-haired adult. So that means that if I wanted, whoa, that's way too big. That's way too big. Right here, that's good. So if this circle's long hair, that means everything outside that circle is short hair. If this circle is adults, that means everything outside that circle is kittens. If I label this long hair, then I have the long-haired adults and the long-haired kittens. So then if I skip down here, the long-haired adults would be the overlap right here. Then the long-haired kittens would be right in this section right here, whatever moon phase that is. The adults are here. The adults that are short hair are here. So then, what are the short-haired kittens? Well, short-haired kittens aren't in any of these circles. This circle's long hair, this circle's adults. So the short-haired kittens would be which one? Ainsley? Yeah, they'd be this one on the outside. Now let's solve this problem. It says there's 27 cats at the pound, so a total of 27. So I have 4 numbers that are going to add up to 27. This plus 5 plus this plus that, the short-haired kittens, all going to add up to 27. And so if we say, where are the kittens? The kittens are this number plus this number. Well, that number plus that number is 11. And 11 plus 5 would be what, Owen? Yeah, 16. But then what would that leave for this number right here? Whoa, I wanted a different color. And what would that leave? 11 plus 5 is 16. So what is 27 minus 16, Phoenix? Yeah, that'd be 11. So this is 11. Now, where is short-haired kittens? Well, it says 14. Well, what's short hair? You look down here and you go, well, short hair is this one plus this one. Well, that's 14. So what's 14 minus 11? What would that be, Joseph? That would be 3. So if this is 11, then that makes this a 3. And this would be a 5. And therefore, if we wanted how many short-haired kittens, well, this number, 3. And so I guess we got that. So the answer is 3. Now to make sure you don't email me today on the last day, Mr. Nice, in your mind somewhere else, you stayed up way too long making all these certificates and everything else. We'll just double check our answer. Okay, 27 cats at the pound. 14 are short-haired. And so short hair is those two numbers. So that's 14. 11 are kittens. And so that would make this an 8. Because this plus this has to add up to 11. And then 5 of them are long-haired adults. And then 5 plus 8 is 13, plus 3 is 16, plus 11 is 27. So how many of them are short-haired kittens? That is the number going around the outside. So that is 3. And so we got this. Okay? So let's go to the homework, and I'll help you set them up. Okay? So this is 131. Don't forget to put your name on your paper. Don't forget to write the assignment. This is the last one, last pre-algebra assignment. And there's only 4 problems. And so on this first one, let one of them be biology. Let one of them be chemistry. BC used to be Boston College. Well, that still is a college. Used to be Bethel College. Now that's Bethel University. So you're going to have 4 numbers that are going to add up to 12. It says all 12 players are taking at least one biology or chemistry, so you put a 0 out here. Now these 3 numbers add up to 12. And there are 2 taking both, so that means 2 goes in the middle. And then these 2 numbers add up to biology. And then figure out what's left. The second one, there are 20 cars in a parking lot. They're either red or white, and they're either 4-door or 2-door. And so don't label one circle red and one circle white, because it says 4 of them are 2-door and white. So you want that to be the 4. And so make one circle be the 2 doors, and the other circle be the white. So you can go through and go, well, these 2 numbers are my white cars. Well, then that means these 2 numbers are my red cars. And these 2 numbers are my 2-door cars. That means these 2 numbers are my 4-door cars. Okay? And so you come up with that. Then we have 2 harder problems. Some of you, if you were making videos for this e-learning, you have a dog, and your dog can probably do tricks. And so we got the Good Dog Obedience School. Dogs can learn to do 3 tricks. Sit, stay, or roll over. And you're like, Mr. Nyson, a 3-circle Venn diagram on the last day of school? You've got to be kidding. But notice here, these are the dogs that just can sit. These are the dogs that can sit and stay. Both of those can sit and stay. These are the dogs that can roll and sit. But these are the dogs that can roll, sit, and stay. And so you start with that. Which ones can do all 3? That would be a 9. Then when it says, and then you could cross it off. Okay, 9 can do all 3. Then when it says 17 dogs can sit and stay, that means these 2 numbers add up to 17. So then, Peyton, what would be left here? Yeah, that'd be an 8. And so we'd have an 8 for that. And then when we say 12 dogs can stay and roll over, well, these 2 numbers together add up to 12. When we say dogs can sit and roll, we have that. And then you work on this. How many dogs can sit would be the sum. You start in the middle and you work your way out. When we say how many dogs can do exactly 2 tricks, how many total dogs are in the school, you add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the dogs that can't do anything. Well, the dogs that can't do anything are 9 of them. Hopefully that's not your dog, but maybe your dog's old. And so we have that. And then the last one. This one will challenge you, my last chance of challenging you before the end. And so it says, you're going to the beach, but make sure you social distance. We got people wearing sunglasses. We'll put the glass circle here. We got people wearing a hat right there. Yeah, I got the sunglasses because you're all so bright. And then we got the people wearing a swimsuit. And how many are wearing all three, how many are just wearing hat and glasses, and all those other things, and how many people didn't bring their swimsuit and they're just saying, I'm not swimming this. The lake's only 50 degrees. And so you got 110 people wearing sunglasses. So that means all four of these numbers add up to 110. 70 brought their swimsuits. So that means all four of these numbers add up to 70. 95 people are wearing a hat, but there's a piece of information. That means all four of those. I tell you there's 190 people at the beach. Okay? And everyone is at least wearing one. So this is a big old zero right here. And we got all 7 of these numbers are going to add up to 190. Now there are ways to do this problem without a Venn diagram. You could write equations, let this be x and y, and try to add them up. Or you could say, if I add all these up, 110 people wearing sunglasses, 70 people wearing bathing suits, 95 people are wearing a hat, that'd be 165, that'd be 275 people. But we only have 190 people. See, people got counted in multiple groups. Now all you'd have to do is subtract these to figure out the overlap. But it's a little tougher on this one because this is counted multiple times. We got overlaps and then we got overlaps of the overlaps. Oh, what am I going to do there? But some of you will figure it out without the picture. But then you can still go back and label the picture. So it's like, how many people got counted twice? Well, does that mean 85 people got counted twice? No, because then these people are included in the double-double. And so when it says 30 people brought their swimsuit and sunglasses, that means that these two numbers add up to 30. When we say brought their swimsuit and a hat, that means these two numbers add up to 25. And how many brought sunglasses and hat? That means these two numbers add up to 40. So this adds up to 95. Huh. Interesting. 95. But then we said these are 85 apart. Huh. I already know the answer to the question. How many are wearing all three items? But still try to figure out what goes in the Venn diagram. Okay? And so, a couple knock-knock jokes before we go. Knock-knock. Who's there? Noah. Noah who? Noah More School. It's summer vacation. But knock-knock. Who's there? Before. Before who? Before you go, get this emailed and turned in. And make sure all your Khan Academy stuff done. Make sure you send in logic problems from before. If you go, I forgot, I don't know if I can send them. I'll take them. And so send me any of the assignments, get those in. We want to finish the year strong. And so we really enjoyed this year of pre-algebra with all of you. What a crazy way to end. And so make sure you do turn in your textbooks. And again, if you are one of the certificates, email me. Let me know, and we'll try to get that to you or give it to you in the fall when we get back to school. Unless you really want it now, and then we can work that out. Okay? So we've really enjoyed a great year, whether you got a certificate or not. We thoroughly enjoyed all of you in class. And so we're looking forward to seeing you next year at school. Okay? So get all this stuff done, and have a great day. And email me and let me know, and maybe we'll see you at school today from 10 to 1 dropping stuff off. Okay? Bye-bye.